See, my name is Alok Jha. See, history, as you all know, is becoming a challenging area, particularly in preliminary examination, page 1. And then, of course, in main examination, they are asking right question in history, 2, 3, 10 marks, 2, 3, 15 marks question they are asking regularly. So how we should handle history, how we will be approaching history, I want to share some ideas. I hope you all know that for our civil services examination, history, we have many components of history, you all know probably. One component of history in your civil services examination is ancient history. Second component is medieval history. Third component of your history in your civil services examination is, we call it modern history. And this is all history of India, ancient India, medieval India, modern India. Then we have art and culture also, heritage, art and culture. This component is also important for us in history. And then we have, you can say, post-independence also in our syllabus, post-independence. This component is also there in our history. This is probably, right, 1947 onward, 47 to 1964, but they can ask you after that also. Fine. So post-independence. And then one more component of your history syllabus is world history. Is it fine? Ancient Indian history is mainly important for prelims or mains? Prelims, right? It is important for prelims, ancient Indian history. This is very important when you start your syllabus, because whenever you see an NCERT, you start making notes for your main examination, it would be your wastage of time. Ancient Indian history is for preliminary examination. Done. Medieval Indian history is for preliminary examination or main examination? Preliminary examination. So these two for our preliminary examination. Is it fine? What about modern? Modern is for preliminary also and main examination. Preliminary and main, modern. Therefore, you will see most of your competitors, they will devote more time on modern India. And you can also devote more time on modern India, right? Generally, right, we generally devote time on modern India because it is important for preliminary as well as main examination. Is it fine? Then art and culture is important for preliminary and main examination. But the nature of art and culture question is more fact-based. I hope you're getting it. So the approach of art and culture is generally preliminary specific, but this can be asked in main examination. So for our preliminary examination, you have to focus ancient, medieval, modern and art and culture. Is this okay? Done? For our main examination, you have to focus on world history and post-independence. Is it fine? Generally, they are not asking question on post-independence and world history in preliminary examination, but they can, right? As we are going for a new session, I must tell you that they can, because in CDS, NDA, I have seen they started asking question from world history in preliminary examination. I hope you're getting that. Till now, they have not asked, but as you are right moving towards a new direction, you must always keep this in your mind that even this area can be asked. But they are asking very simple question. Suppose for post-independence, they can ask you about Simla Agreement, right? Panchasheel. But anyway, you have to all these areas you can cover in general studies, in international relation, economy. Suppose third 5-year plan, first 5-year plan. This you have to cover in economy. So even for preliminary post-independence you can manage because you are studying economy also, you are studying polity also. So post-independence you can manage. But world history, World history, they are asking question on American Revolution, French Revolution, Napoleon in preliminary examination, in different examination conducted by UPSC. So when you prepare world history, some basic information, suppose Boston Tea Party is related to which revolution? American Revolution. Anyone, if you have some idea about world history, you can easily mark. I hope you're getting it. So in this process, you should never avoid even this area, that these areas cannot be asked for, like you can say, cannot be asked in preliminary examination. Fine. But basic idea, fine. But I told you that for preliminary examination, you have ancient, you have medieval, you have modern, and then you have culture. Ancient, medieval, modern, and culture in preliminary examination. And you know, for preparing history, preliminary would be the major challenge. Fine, preliminary would be the major challenge. How many questions they asked this time in preliminary examination? Right, 15 to, you can say, or you can say 16 or 15 questions you can say that they have asked. But they can ask 20 also. So 16 to 20 questions they are asking in, right, in, you can say, in the, from these areas. What do you think? They are asking more questions from modern or ancient, medieval, or culture? Modern? Modern? But this trend is changing, right? Have you noticed it? Last 2 years, they are asking more questions from ancient, medieval, and this time they asked only 2 questions from modern. Only 2 questions from modern. Remember this, this is very, very important. Only 2 questions from modern, right? And you will see ancient, medieval, and culture more. And culture is more current affairs based. More current affairs based. Culture is more current affairs based. So if you focus more modern India, you are already out, because you know, out of 80, 90 questions, only 2, 3 you will understand, rest would be Greek and Latin for you. I hope you're getting it. And those questions they are asking from ancient, medieval is not only NCERT based. Have you seen that? Have you noticed it? They are not only NCERT based questions, particularly in ancient, medieval, and culture. These questions have some, you can say, current orientation and some more popular textbook orientation. Very difficult to handle for general studies. So if your focus is not ancient, medieval, and culture, right, there will be a problem in coming examination. I hope you're getting it. So remember that for our preliminary examination, you have to prepare ancient, medieval, and culture very properly, and then you have to revise modern India and prepare modern India also very properly for main examination. When you prepare modern India for main examination, you can handle some basic question of modern India, right? And when you prepare ancient and medieval very properly, you can handle many questions, right, from mains point of view also. Fine. So ancient, medieval, you have to prepare very properly. This you have to remember. I hope you're getting it. So for this session, I wanted to emphasize that don't ignore ancient, medieval. Don't ignore. Fine. Earlier we used to go for some compilation, 30-40 page of ancient, medieval, and we used to go for it. But now those compilation would be irrelevant. I hope you're getting it. So you have ancient India and you have medieval India, and these two you have to prepare for preliminary examination. What you should prepare? You have to go for NCERT, and then whatever we will do in the class notes, you have to add. We will focus, right, ancient, medieval also in our class, ancient, medieval, and you have to focus. Have you seen some area, very popular area of ancient, medieval India? They are regularly asking. Can you tell me? Have you seen that? Like, Buddhism, Jainism? Not exactly Buddhism, Jainism. Your analysis should be Buddhist text and Buddhist, you can say, sects. Are you getting it? Your analysis should not be they are asking Buddhism and Jainism. Buddhism, Jainism you should prepare from your R.S. Sharma or from your any popular book. But As a good, smart student, you have to focus ancient text. Have you seen that? They are asking complicated question on Buddhist text, Jaina text, Sangam text. Are you getting it? Even in the main examination this time, they asked question on Bhakti literature. I hope you're getting my point. So, when you prepare, you can say ancient India or culture, your focus should be literature part, sources part. They are asking now more question on literature, coins, inscriptions. Have you noticed it? Are you getting my point? They are asking more question on literature, coins, inscription. Try to understand it. Last 2-3 year question you see. They have asked question on coins. They have asked question on traveler, foreign traveler account. They have asked question on literature, different kind of literature. And these are factual. You have to remember 30-40 words. So, when you prepare ancient and medieval India, what you have to go for? You have to go for NCERT. I hope you're getting it. And when you are going for NCERT, what you should do? You should focus all those texts mentioned in your NCERT. Any Rajasthani text, any Gujarati text, any Sangam text, Tamil text, any Prakrit text. Anywhere, if any text is mentioned, any term is mentioned, you have to focus on it. Focus, right? So you will get the question. Otherwise, you will not get the question. See, they have asked question on Parishist Parvan. Those who have history, they know it. Parishist Parvan is a very popular book, right? Avadhan literature. These are very popular Buddhist, right, text. But if you don't know, very difficult to, mention it in the class because you cannot gather, 30-40 information in one, you can say, one pocket. So whenever you are reading your NCERT, what should be your focus now? Text. What should be your focus? Terms. Whenever you see a term in medieval India, suppose Banjara, just try to understand the meaning of what is the meaning of Banjara. When you see a term Ikta, what is the meaning of Ikta? Are you getting it? Whenever you see a term, you should understand what is the meaning of it, where it can be used. So, first step is you should go for your NCERT very properly in ancient medieval NCERT, and what you should focus? Text, terms, and one more, historical person. Are you getting my point? Anywhere you see a word mentioned, Nagarjuna, you can Google it. Kaun tha Nagarjuna? If it is mentioned Aryadev, you should Google Aryadev. Who was Aryadev? He was a Buddhist, he was a Jain, he was a Saint. Are you getting my point? Whenever you see a historical person, NCERT is not giving you information, but still you can Google it, you can search. And what you can search? This man is related to which religion, right? Which area? I hope you're getting my point. He is related to medicine or he is related to art. He is a, you can say, famous scholar, what? So what was my formula? I told you, kya karna hai? Ancient medieval NCERT you have to go for. And when you are going for ancient and medieval NCERT, ancient medieval, what you should focus? 3 things. Kya? Text, second terms, third historical person. If you can do it, rest we will manage in the class. Are you getting my point? Because in the class, limited time we have, it is very difficult to gather all information related to terms, historical person or text. I hope you are getting it. That would be my limitation. I cannot gather 100 texts here. I cannot compile. But when you are also reading and you are also adding, right, we can catch question. Can it be done? Yes. So ancient medieval, what I suggested, NCERT reading, and whenever you are reading NCERT, compile. Compile those terms, compile those historical person, and compile those text, right? And you have to Google also, right? You have to Google, but don't add information, right? Just see, this man is related to which age? I hope you're getting that. Suppose I use the word Nagarjun. So you can just search. Nagarjun is a contemporary of which period? It is Maurya, it is post-Maurya, it is Gupta. Are you getting my point? So you have to relate these personality. Is it done? This point is clear. Ancient medieval क्या करना है? NCERT is still important, but in NCERT these things you have to highlight. Rest we will be doing in the class, don't worry. Class notes, right? These things cannot be done in the class, those terms. Now, coming to modern India. Modern India, you have Bipin Chandra's NCERT, class 12th. If you don't have that, you don't want to read it, you all have Spectrum. Are you getting my point? Read Spectrum very properly. Very properly. And what should be your focus in Spectrum? Whenever you see a term, Cripps mission, August offer, cabinet mission, any term you see, you just try to inquire what all are the provisions of these terms. Provisions, right? When, what, this you have to remember. Storyline or structuring can be done in the class. I hope you're getting it. But if you are not concentrating on the provision, they can catch you. Have you noticed it? They are now asking question not only on the issues, they are asking question on the provisions, right? So it can be done. Provisions you will understand because I will create a story. When I will create a storyline, you will understand why this provision, right? We will also write some point in the class. But when you are not concentrating on the provision on your own, you will not actually get the right answer, right? So provisions of all those events, right, you have to remember. Suppose in main examination, they asked question on those, you can say, programs of civil disobedience movement and non-cooperation movement. We will be discussing those programs. But when you are revising from your Spectrum, you just try to divide. Okay, this program is new in non-cooperation. This program is new in civil disobedience movement. So, with the class, you are reading either NCERT or your popular Spectrum. Can be done? Yes. I am suggesting what you can do with the class. With the class Spectrum you can go for. Rest Shekhar Bandyopadhyay or the rest information we would be adding in the class. Don't worry about those things. But concentrate, compile, consolidate Spectrum very properly. Fine? Now, coming to art and culture. In art and culture, there are certain areas. Yes, R.S. Sharma NCERT and Satish Chandra NCERT. Fine. This is R.S. Sharma is Ancient India and Satish Chandra is Medieval India. Is it fine? Now, coming to art and culture. See, this area is, right, we generally consider it is a very difficult area, right, how to do it. Always remember, in art and culture, there are some static topic and there are some dynamic topic, current affairs based topic. This year also, when they asked question on Ramanuja, so Ramanujacharya question is what? Static topic, but they gave the orientation of the current topic. Fine. So, current affairs and Ramanuja, yes. So, I said art and culture, you have dynamic topic and you have static topic. Static topic can be done in the class. Architecture, sculpture, literature. Literature we were not focusing initially, but we have to do it in the class. It is actual, but still we have to do it. Literature, because their target is literature. But the dynamic topic is always current affairs based. Are you getting it? So, newspaper, current affairs is very important in art and culture. So, static we would be doing in the class, so don't worry. And current affairs based, you have to add. Gradually in the current affairs also we will be adding. And we will catch question, don't worry. Right, even art and culture also. Then, in, you can say world history, we have a fixed topic. We can easily guess 2-3 questions they are asking, right? So, we can handle world history only with our class notes. Only with our class notes. Don't worry, you can save time there, right? Only with the class notes. And if you want to go for something, you can go for NCERT, Arjun Dev. Arjun Dev is a very good book. You can read that. Arjun Dev is a very good NCERT, right? Arjun Dev book, right? You can start from the 6th, 7th class also, or you can go for 11th class if your world history is good. So, this way you can prepare. Rest, right? We will be discussing in the class, right? So, thanks a lot.